Anyway, this is just a short video clip to get your Microsoft Teams started. So if you just go on Google and type in Office 365 and click on the first link, it should take you to a page with all our Microsoft apps. Now, the one that you want to click on is Teams right here. And you might want to just go ahead and bookmark this so that you have it. I have my Teams bookmark right over here, so it's easy access. Now, the first thing you might want to do is join or create a team. I want to create a team for one of my classes, so I'm just going to go ahead and click that. Then I'm going to go ahead and press this button right here with the Create a Team. Now, with your students, you don't need to give them a code because you're going to just add them to the team. It's easier that way. So when you create team, you want it to be a class. We're going to just go ahead and call this a tester class. And then we can go ahead and add members. Now, because everybody in our school has Microsoft Teams, if you just type in a student's name, so for example, I have a student named Anna Garcia, you can see that she pops up right away and I just click to add her. If you add someone who's not in our school, so I'm adding my husband right here, they're going to appear as a guest, and that's okay. So you want to basically add all your students and then press the add button. And then once it's done adding, you can go ahead and close out. This takes you to your class, and what you could do is you could go ahead and set up announcements over here. So if I just go ahead and click this little A right here, this is going to be like a little email. We could just go ahead and give a subject line and then some instructions right here. Then you go ahead and press this little send button and it goes out to the entire class. Now, let's say you made a mistake. You can go ahead and click on the three dots. You could either edit the message or delete the message. Students have the option of saving this message as well, and you do too. Now, the next thing you probably might want to do with this is set up meetings. So if you click on this little button right here, the video camera, you have a couple options. If you don't want to show your face, just go ahead and click camera off. You could also choose to meet now or schedule a meeting. So let's say I want to schedule a meeting for Monday during community time. So I'm going to go ahead and add my meeting. It's going to be Q&A session, and it's going to be on Monday, and I want it during community time. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose that. And that's it. And if I want some notes, I can type in some notes. So send me your questions by 9:10 a.m. and we will go over those during the meeting. And you just click send. And so what you have, you can just go ahead and close out of this, and you have scheduled a meeting. And what students can do is they can reply and they can say, okay, I have a question on page, I don't know, I'm just making up numbers, number 23, let's say. And they're just going to go ahead and comment just like that. And so you can see what questions they have beforehand, and then when you come in Monday at 9 a.m., you just go ahead and click on that and you're able to join. Okay? All right, so you also have the option of getting the meeting started right at that moment. So if you didn't schedule a meeting, but you have told your students that the meeting is going to be during community time at 9 a.m., then you could just go ahead and click on that little camera button and say meeting now. So once you choose this, it's going to start the meeting. You can invite some people. There will be suggestions, mostly members from that class, and you can invite them personally. You can have a little group meeting with some of your students if that's what you wanted to do, or you could have anyone join. And you could just go ahead and ask a specific individual to join by clicking on the 3 dots and asking them to join that way. But the coolest thing about this is really the sharing your screen. So once this starts and the meeting is in session, you can just go ahead and click share. And that's going to allow you to share your desktop or your window. And what you want to do is maybe go to your application window. Now, the only thing that's open on my computer is Chrome, but once I click OneNote and I click on that to open, that's going to be an option for me to share. And so I'm just going to go ahead and open up a new page on OneNote and maybe title it Q&A session that I can maybe make available to my students once this meeting is over. But once you go back to your Teams, this is what you want to click on. You want to share the OneNote session with them. And so you're going to go ahead and click share. And so now they can see your screen. And basically whatever you write on your screen, they're able to see as well. So you're talking as well as explaining those problems. So let's say we have this problem right here, and the students can see it. They can hear you explain this as we go along. And then you have the option of saving this to the OneNote and making it available to their class, which is also neat. Once you're done, you're just going to go ahead and stop sharing, but the meeting's still going to go on. And once you're done with the meeting, you just go ahead and press hang up. But let me just go ahead and show you another option that you might use, this show conversation. So students have the ability to type in some comments as we are going through the meeting. So any questions you can ask. You wouldn't want to type it in here. You could just speak, but students might use the chat button to ask you questions. Another thing I would recommend is having the students mute their video or their audio, just so that there's not a lot of disturbance when you're doing this meeting. And if they do have a question, they can unmute themselves and ask questions. I found that helps a lot. And that is pretty much it. Once you're done with your meeting, you're going to hang up and you're going to go back to the home screen. Just like that. You could also post assignments if you want, and you could also schedule future assignments if you want to have it posted. I think it's just a little easier to just have it on the lap so that the students know, and they're also used to it, but it's up to you. You could also grade on here if you want to. You could pull in the class notebook. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. But the most important thing, I think, is just to use these posts to schedule meetings and post some instructions or reminders. And then also this video camera right here, that button right here tells you to schedule a meeting or have the meeting at that moment. So those are the 2 very good tools that I've found. And that's pretty much it.